Let's give a look at the qualities of the true higher self. When we are born into consciousness, these are the qualities that an individual is imbued with as a fragment of first source. The higher self exists in a state of dominion and non-duality, where both hemispheres of the brain are designed to be in complete balance with each other, allowing the natural state to be in unison. The mind remains consistent, so as you think is how you feel and how you act. The emotion of love rules the higher self. It's understood that freedom is the highest expression of love, and this inspires practicing the true will of love called freedom in every aspect of life. Higher self-creation is not in service to the will of the ego, but more so in the service of freedom of expression and creation as a whole. This brings higher level consciousness into manifestation. Alleviating pain and suffering for all humanity is consistent with higher self. It recognizes that another being's suffering is the same as their own, as there is only one consciousness in all life forms. An imbalanced left brain or ego identification goes against the true higher self, as it operates from the perspective of the whole, and all higher thinking is naturally in balance, always striving to be consistently focused on any task and not surrendering to the influence of unnatural thoughts. Dissolving institutionalized belief systems is common for higher beings, recognizing that institutions are an assault on the true freedom of an individual. Ultimately, these beliefs are a major attack on consciousness, love, and real freedom. Now let's look at the qualities of the lower self, because it does not live in this state of dominion, but more so flounders in a state of confusion and opposition. There's a constant misunderstanding and the need for control, so the balance cannot occur. So the concept of thinking, feeling, and acting consistently is not something the lower self can grasp. Actions that are in complete opposition to how the lower self may think and feel are fear-based reactions of an imbalanced mind. Higher consciousness shuts down when forced to exist in a lower energy of chaos. Lower vibrational thinking cannot envision what true love and freedom actually are. The need for control is the only way it can relieve the internal confusion. This lower being has difficulty understanding itself or the world as a whole. It will lash out at the world in a futile attempt to try and manage external events. Each action brings more disorder and turmoil into existence in accordance with its own ego-based will. Fellow humans, they're not given much consideration, as the lower self is only concerned with self-fulfilling needs. The ultimate focus is on its own self-centered happiness, desires, and benefits. How it views the world is typically a reflection of a belief that everything exists in a state of separation. Even though this is not the case, it will stubbornly believe that it is. The lower self is trapped in the imbalance of left brain thinking, and it's much like being in a prison chamber of its own mind. The lower self is stuck on what it perceives as acceptable truth, and as long as it agrees with the indoctrination of the times, it really doesn't care if it's true or not. Complete ego justification is its only goal. The acceptance and reinforcement of most institutional belief systems allows a feeling of conformity for the lower thinking being. It benefits in a physical sense by the propagation of these institutions. In reality, what we are seeing here is the nature of good and evil. And ultimately, what we all express in this world on the inside becomes what is manifested outwardly. And in conclusion, what we really see, honestly, is love and fear. The two basic emotions that hold the keys to either control or freedom. You see, we live in a society of imposed slavery that has forced us away from our true natural self, forced to adhere to an out-of-balance ego-based control life. People are so stuck in this institutionalized belief system that they rarely even think or wonder what natural true freedom and love is. This can change, however. People need to come to the deeper understanding that we are all one. All we need to do is act like it.